Meanwhile, Castle Dasbok. Here you go. Because of Benedicta, right? He's pissed. He's pissed.
Tell me, who did this, or I'll see you suffer the same fate.
He's gonna come after me.
The man who delivered the coffer said, he said Sid paid him.
I let you run amok with the rest of your rats, and this is how you repay me? Find out where he is.
Keep it together, come on.
Flay him. Rip out his heart. Him and all his filthy brood. And send every last one of them to hell. Out.
Yes, yes, my lord.
What's in the coffer? Because it's not Benedicta, it's way too small. Don't tell me it's her head. That would be so weird and too much. Stop the suspense. What's inside? Show me. Anytime now. Huh? But it can't be her in the coffer. Or in this little box. Or does he mean with coffer there's a coffin with her? And she's really, really dead. The meaning of life. Ifrit awoken. Clive has gained control of the icon Ifrit, allowing access to new iconic abilities such as Ignition, a fiery lunge that drives back enemies while dealing continuous damage, as well as unlocking the limit break gauge. Oh, limit break, okay. Slots for Ifrit's abilities are shared with those for the Phoenix and can be confirmed via the abilities tab in the main menu. Limit break. The limit break gauge is located beneath Clive's HP bar. Yeah, we saw that, the yellow one. Release Clive's inner beast and semi-prime into Ifrit by pressing L3 and R3 when this gauge is full. The gauge fills in battle both by taking damage as well as by successfully performing offensive and defensive maneuvers. Semi-priming temporarily grants increased attack potency and speed, gradual HP regeneration, and guard-breaking strikes. Oh! That's why I didn't lose HP that much, because I was regenerating. Cool! That's nice. So this is like the last resort you should take if you don't have any health, right? So you're gonna now get it back.
We return to Eastpool. I promised the mayor I'd talk to him again. About Lady Hannah amongst other things. Though she may be loath to leave, I can't help thinking she'd be safer with Sid too.
Alright, we should arrange an introduction then.
Great, we have to return to Eastpool. We do have the map, we can fast travel. Hey, wait. Oh, okay, we have to walk all the way till here, it looks like it. Yeah, we can't fast travel yet. Alright, then let's just make our way forwards and get there. So I'm guessing there will be a fight coming before we actually go through the next, or to the next area. Yeah, I got potions. How many do I have? Okay.
Torgal, what is it?
Nothing good, I'll wager. Come on.
Actually, before we move on, I want to take a look at... Yes, Ifrit channeled. That's what I wanted to see. Aha. Oh, it's in the center. That's limit break? Could upgrade this right away. Willow the Wikes. Summon a storm of fireballs that circle about Clive, damaging nearby targets while also absorbing damage. That is awesome! Gimme! How do I do this? How do I summon those? Maybe it's a special Maybe it's a special ability like this one. Wait, let me just check this quickly. Yeah. Oh, god damn it. This can be quite useful because, yeah, health and stuff, and it hurts him, but then I had to get rid of Heat Wave or Starlit Cyclone. Maybe I could get rid of this, although this has multiple enemies. Ah, dang it. Dang it, dang it. I need another slot somehow. What is this? Ignition. Attack while charging, inflicting multiple hits and forcing the enemy back. Can be used in mid-air. Oh, this has 3 damage and 2 stagger? Actually, we're gonna take this. Good. Gonna upgrade Limit Break as well. Sure. Alright then. I think that's it for now. Let's just move on. And see what awaits us here. Oh shit, the Imperial Army is here. Ah, god dang it.
What happened here?
Imperials. You'll pay for this.
We've got a live one.
That's a cool attack, actually.
Our orders, no survivors.
Who would order such a thing?
Okay, I could use Limit Break already. To be honest, sure, why not?
Get him.
That's cool.
There, boy. Sick him, Torgal.
Done? Or... yeah, done. Okay, so Limit Break is actually gone quite quickly. But if I can get more anyways, then yeah, I will use this in between just to get my health back.
Thought you could escape us, did you, Branded? You were born a slave, and you'll die one!
That's enough.
Just kicking him.
Kill all the ducal dogs. Ducal dogs. Hey, we're innocent people. Don't let them get away. Stay down. Give them all you've got, boy.
I like this attack, this is so cool.
Don't let them get away.
I like this attack so much.
Air boy.
So many enemies,
Sick of Torgal.
Whoops. Oh! It's full already. Which way?
Sick of Torgal. That's enough. There, boy.
I can't move. Ah, okay.
All must burn!
Are you
The
kidding?
bearers and those who sheltered them.
The fuck is
By
that
Empress
hammer?
Annabella's command!
My mother ordered this.
Right.
I know. We can wait.
Aua! Stop it.
Get him, boy. You know what to do, boy. Get him. Get him, boy. Sick of Torgal. Over here. Don't let them get away. Keep your distance, boy. A little help.
Oh, wait.
Over here. Sick of Torgal. There, boy. You know what
I think it might be best to use my Limit Break when it's down, right?
Give them all you've got, boy. Don't let them get away. What's best for you? There, boy. You know what?
You don't get your divine hammer, you can go die. Done. Come. There we go. I like it. That went well. I like the limit break. It's pretty cool. A very nice addition. What?
I'm sorry, Lady Hannah.
No. They're all dead. But why did they come here in the first place?
Better. All of these people did. Better than my mother.
Who's coming? Oh, it's Gav!
Gav!
And
Clive!
Taryar, if I saw it correctly. No, it's not Taryar. Okay, someone else.
Acting on the orders of the Duchess, eh? We knew East Pool was harbouring bearers. Thought they were safe enough hidden up here, but someone must have let slip.
Yep.
If they'd have
Who?
only come to us sooner, none of this would have had to happen. Fuck!
My mother always did despise bearers. The way Father embraced them when the other nations spat on them as slaves. The way an accident of birth gave them a power that others lacked.
But why kill everyone? They meant no harm. They just wanted to be free.
Yeah, but someone could use them as an
This
army.
world judges that a crime punishable by death. Which is why we're going to change it. Gav, we want to help.
Thought you'd got your own stuff to be getting on with.
We do. But it can wait.
In that case, we should head back and tell Sid you've had a change of heart. He was always on it yet to join us.
All right.
And we'd best be quick. Last I heard, he was planning another excursion.
What about the villagers?
Aye. Can I leave yous lot to take care of things here?
Of course. We'll make sure they get a proper burial.
Thank you. All of you.
When you're ready, then.
Right. Who's this?
Now, rats, lead me to your nest.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Lord Kupka has a message for your leader. If only he knew where to send it.
And with that, we will go back to the hideaway. Nowhere else we can go so far, so let's make our way there. Righting wrongs.
To Sid Solar, then. We have a lot to discuss.
Okay, then we have to talk to Sid. We're not gonna visit Sid right away. Yeah, this is just because we can replay the level to get some stuff if we want to. But we're making our way over to Hippocrates in just a bit, just to take a look at all the things we can learn about the lore, everything new. I'm just activating this, that we have this done, nothing else to do. Yeah, and now let's take a look at Hippocrates.
Have you come for a tale?
Wait, did Clive's outfit switch here as well? It's black and red. I think it switched as well.
What subject shall we consider today?
And now it's no longer blue, it's red, those marks. Interesting. Yeah, I think people have a lot to read upon. Let's see. Let's get started with Hugo Kupka. Revenge exacted. Kupka's awakening as dominant of the Icon Titan thrust him to the forefront of Dalmatian politics, winning him influence over both the Republic's armies and its policy making, as well as a personal fortune. His greatest treasure, however, was always Benedicta Harman. So when a servant of Valud informed him that his love had been slain by Sid, his fury toward the outlaw and his allies knew no bounds. So Benedicta seems to be really, really dead, but Sid didn't slay her. It was us. But nobody is supposed to know yet, it seems like it. Yes, of course, Hannah Murdoch, death. Wife of Rodney Murdoch, Lord Commander of the Rosarian Army. Since her marriage, she resided in the Murdoch Manor in Eastpool, remaining there even after her husband's death at Phoenix Gate. Alas, her time was also to be cut short at the hands of the villainous servants of Empress Annabella. That's it for the persons. Let's go to Lay of Land. Yeah, Phoenix Gate. The Apothecary. The remains of the fortress destroyed in the year 860 on what came to be known as the Night of Flames. The castle's invasion by Sunbreakwar assassins and the battle between the two icons of fire that arose in its wake. Ancient ruins lie beneath and are reached by means of an underground pathway. Prior to Rosaria becoming an imperial province, the gate was of great importance to the people of the duchy, being the site of the rite of ancestral communion. And then we have the Apothecary, a place of worship located in the depth of Phoenix Gate, an ancient stronghold on the northwestern border of the former Duchy of Rosaria. A large mural dominates the sacred chamber where the rite of ancestral communion, a ceremony carried out by the duchy's dominant prior to marching into battle, was once performed. Ducal loyalists, those who maintain allegiance to the late Archduke Elwin and work for the revival of the fallen Duchy of Rosaria. After Rosaria was incorporated into the Empire, most swore loyalty to their new
Vicereign,
the Empress Annabella. Even more converting after they saw how those who refused to change their allegiances were persecuted. This persecution was to only grow, culminating in the burning of Eastpool by Imperial troops on the pretext that their reluctance to surrender Rosalith bearers to the constabulary proved their disloyalty to the Holy Throne. The term had a different meaning in the time before Imperial occupation. Rosaria was founded by the union of several small independent nations, each led by its own noble house. These houses remained powerful even after unification, sometimes leading to friction between the loyalists, who argued for the Archduke's ultimate authority, and the separatists who pushed for a return to autonomy. Eastpool, following the Culling, a hamlet located in the eastern part of the imperial province of Rosaria. It was once surrounded by fertile farmland, but the southward creep of the Blight eventually drove out most of the inhabitants. In the aftermath of the attack on Phoenix Gate in 860 and the Ironblood invasion that followed, many fled here, including bearers who had lost their masters. The majority of that population, however, was wiped out in the culling of bearers ordered by Empress Annabella, and the village now lies abandoned and in ruins. The Purge of Eastpool. The Purge was a brutal attack on the Rosarian village of Eastpool in the year 873. Annabella Lesage, Holy Empress of Sunbreak and
Vicereign
of Rosaria, ordered that all bearers being harbored by the villagers be slaughtered, along with those ducal loyalists who had given them shelter. In the ensuing massacre, Eastpool's population was effectively decimated, and ultimately the village was abandoned. The Dominican Republic, Kupka's fiefdom, whatever a fiefdom is. A nation formed from a federation of 5 smaller states. It is located in the southern half of the continent of Storm and has its capital at Randella, also home to the mother crystal known as Drake's Fang, inside which stands Castle Dasburg, home of Hugo Kupka, dominant of Titan and one of Earth. Castle Dasburg, a castle built within the dome-like mountain that contains Drake's Fang. It is the primary residence of Hugo Kupka, dominant of Titan, and is lavishly appointed to suit his extravagant tastes. On we go with Mysteries of the Realm. Ancient Mural, a wall painting found in the depth of the Apothecary under Phoenix Gate. Who created it and for what purpose is unknown, but the celestial being in the center suggests some connection to a long-lost religion. Yeah, I'm still certain this is Ifrit in combination with all the other icons somehow. Because the wings, I want to say that this is Phoenix, The legs, I think they belong to Garuda also. I don't know. But yeah, it looks like it's a mixture of those icons. Echoes. Strange clockwork constructs often encountered in fallen ruins. The question of whether or not they are truly alive is open to debate, as they do not appear to require water, nor do they feed on the flesh of their victims as beasts do, and seemingly exist solely to protect their habitat from intruders. All echoes are encased in protective plating that is made from the same material as the runes and thus cannot be destroyed, though repeated blows will cause individual plates to dislodge, eventually causing the entire construct to collapse on itself. Ah, that was a nice description. I like that. I don't know why this is golden. Doesn't make any sense to me. Maybe it means there will be nothing new about that. I don't know. Ultima's thralls. Twisted, glowing blue creatures that awaited Clive and Jill deep within Phoenix Gate to try and prevent them from gaining the innermost recesses of the apothecary. When I see Ultima, is there an enemy like Ultimecia in this game? Something like that? Some big end boss, I wanna say. Because Ultima was I think it was a spell, right? In 597 and so on? Quite certain. That did a lot of damage, definitely. And lastly, the Bestiary. So in the end, it's not that much that I thought. Bombs. I don't know why they are called bombs and not bombers, because bombers was... Maybe it was just in German? Bombers? I don't know. Yeah, I think bombers, maybe just German. Floating masses of self-contained flame found across both Storm and Ash, these creatures lack the flesh with which we associate with typical fauna, leading scholars of the natural world to posit that they are not descendant of any beast, but rather ungodly creations of the fallen. By suppressing their internal furnaces, bombs can allow their bodies to cool and harden until appearing naught more than simple stones unworthy of remark. It is in this form that they hunt their prey, waiting until an unfortunate soul has stumbled upon their place of rest before rising from the ground to spew forth fiery gouts of death. Oddly, should the prey fight back, the bomb will not flee, but rather combust spontaneously, sacrificing its own life to save the flock. Yeah, that's what we know. That was obvious. This is why I wanted to kill them as quickly as possible, because I know they will explode. And last but not least, Iron Giants. Oversized suits of armor animated by lost fallen magics. Deceptively swift despite their size, they wield both sword and shield skillfully and effectively, while the otherworldly plate which surrounds their vulnerable cores provide them with a nigh impenetrable defense. Alright then, now let's make our way to sit and talk to him. Jill!
We can keep running. Or we can walk through this door.
Aha.
This place is getting more crowded by the day.
I tell myself the bustle's a blessing. There'll be time enough for quiet contemplation when I'm dead. So, did you find the answers you were looking for?
In a way, yes.
I still don't know what to make of this gift, curse, or whatever it is I've been given. But there is one thing I can say for certain. I am a dominant, Ifrit. And there is nothing I can do to change that. It is a burden I must bear until my dying day.
Spoken true.
Well...
Forgiveness and in turn salvation can only begin with acceptance.
Or until Ifrit chooses another dominant, right?
How colourful our histories.
Sid, you once told me that you wanted to build a place where people could die on their own terms.
I did.
I've been thinking about that. Why not a place where people can live on their own terms? For 13 years, killing was all I knew. So obsessed with death that I never stopped to consider the lives of those around me. Lives that I see now were scarcely worth living. Be they bearers or beggars, most march blindly to their end, never realizing that they too deserve a choice. And I dare not turn a blind eye to their suffering any longer.
So, Atonement, then, is it?
That was the answer we found.
The only one we need.
I'll be expecting you both to pull your weight.
And we will.
Yeah, of course.
Well then, with a sprinkle of fire and ice, this plan of mine might just work.
Fire and ice, yes, exactly.
What trouble are you looking to get yourself into now?
The best kind. We're going to sneak into the Imperial capital.
Oh!
And pay a visit to Mother.
Mother? You're not talking about Annabella, are you? I think he's talking about someone or something else. Oh, pretty! Earlier. Oriflamme, the Holy Empire of Sunbreak. That looks cool. Also reminds me of Game of Thrones. The Council of Elders.
And the last of our farmholds in the eastern provinces has succumbed to the blight.
Without their yield, we will be hard-pressed to fill the capital's granaries before winter.
If there is a capital by then, the black creeps closer as we speak.
And yet you do naught but bawl and bluster.
Your Radiance?
If it is fertile land the Empire requires, we need but look south.
Oh, that is Emperor Sylvester.
If you mean the crystalline Dominion's holdings, we are bound by mutual accord. Theirs is a neutral state whose borders we are sworn to respect.
Gentlemen, did we swear to see our people starve?
Well, I really do think
The gates of Oriflamme buckle at the flood of those come seeking refuge from the blight. If there is not grain enough to feed those within our walls, how, pray tell, will we feed those without? But instead of setting your minds to riddles such as these, you lock horns with an enemy from across the sea, sending our soldiers to the slaughter in their thousands. The Empire bleeds, and you sit here prattling like crones in a tea house. And you fancy yourselves leaders of men.
More mumbling.
Sanbreque is naught without her citizens. We are but their servants. If their land is being wrested away, it is our duty to claim new lands for them.
Your Radiance! You cannot mean a war of conquest.
Yeah.
That is exactly what I mean. It is time we expanded our dominion.
Okay. A
This is the
douche
will of
wanting
great
more power
Krieger.
and more space and land.
There will be uproar.
Of
we must
course.
find a way to distract the citizenry. But how much will that cost?
Yeah, and how
What
you
of
will
our
do that?
legions? Shall we raise the furs?
Well, someone will have to contend with the Dalmex.
I will not keep you. You all have much to do. Where is my son?
The Lord Prince is currently garrisoned at the Strait of Author. If it please you, I can send word requesting his immediate return to the Holy Capital.
That won't be necessary. Tell him instead to see to his wounds. Bahamut's strength will be needed again soon.
As you command.
I didn't know that he was hurt. Didn't look like Bahamut got hurt against Odin, but okay.
I must have misheard. You mean to tell me that the mother crystals are the reason the world is dying? Are you mad?
I have been called that on occasion, but no, not today.
Not today.
We've all seen it firsthand. Empty wastes where once were green meadows. Land drained so dry of its ether, not even the rats remained. But where was it all going? I spent years searching for an answer, until I saw it standing right in front of me. There, in the self-same crystals we look to for their so-called blessing. All right, listen. Take this crystal. How does it allow us to conjure magics? Answer, by drawing ambient ether from the air.
Yes.
And where do these crystals come from?
I don't know.
That's easy. They're mined from the mother crystals.
They're one and the same. Although admittedly this here fits more easily in the pocket.
But the mother crystals are massive. Some as large as mountains.
So you see the problem. Imagine just how much ether can be drawn by something that size.
True, yeah,
That's
he's
the way
right.
It's all going, mind. Well, I can't know everything, can I?
We are taught that the mother crystals are divine. Their ether a gift from the heavens. For centuries, nations have fought and fallen for want of that gift. If what you say is true, how did no one else see it?
Who says they didn't? Maybe the truth was inconvenient.
Yeah, and they kept it hush-hush.
Inconvenient to whom, exactly?
The higher-ups? The gods themselves?
So now you want to do something about the crystals. And what? We're not helping bearers and dominants anymore.
I didn't say that. I made a promise and I intend to keep it. But if we continue down this path, there's only one fate that awaits the realm. And we can't very well set our people free if they're all lying dead in a blighted ditch. Not if we want to create a place where they can live on their own terms anyway. Sort of defeats the purpose. So, if we have to bring the old world crashing down in order to build us a new one, what say you? Are you with me?
To save the world. Sure.
I suppose it's about time I repaid your faith.
You could have just said aye. But it's nice to have you aboard all the same.
But then there's the next question. What will happen without the mother crystals? When they're gone? When they are, I don't know, destroyed also? Will magic cease to exist, or...
What have I got myself into? I'm going to need more than a few potions for this.
Alright, we have some new items. We're gonna take a look at that. First, we're gonna talk to these two once more, just to see what else they have to say.
If everything we were taught about the mother crystals was a lie, then what else might we have been deceived about?
I'll give you two a moment to sort out your kit. It's a long walk to Oriflamme. I wouldn't want you keeling over on the way.
Okay. I realize I have never looked around here. But then again, there's nothing else. Oh, side mission. We do have that as well. We have to talk to Karen once again. And this is in the bunks. Red Letter Day. And we do have... okay. We have some new stuff at the 1,000 Tomes, of course. And the Black Hammer too. Right. So we're gonna take a look at Hippocrates quickly. Oh, there's another side mission down here. Yeah, so Hippocrates quickly, then the Black Hammer, and then we're gonna do the side missions before we talk to Karen. Or maybe... Nah, we should talk to Karen first, that we can maybe get some new items.
Petals turned up to the sun, the rose fears not his shame. Arthur soak in tears of blood, tonight his oath is made.
I think I have to talk to him more often. I didn't know that he has different songs.
Well. And how might this old soul...
So, there shouldn't be that much, because we just talked to Sid. We have seen the... Oh, level 3! Extant Encyclopedia.
I've been meaning to show you.
New entries, the Continental Accord and the Founder. Wait, you've never shown me like this? That's the first. Okay, so we're gonna start with the Continental Accord. An international pact made at the dawn of the present era, in which such matters as the treatment of bearers and the establishment of a realm-wide currency were laid out. It formed the basis of much of Valestian society as it stands today, including the branding of bearers and their status as non-persons. That seems quite harsh, non-persons. This reminds me of, wasn't it Hinduism, where you have like different classes, or I don't know how you want to say it. I don't know how to say it in English. And they are the untouchables. So, I don't know. Seems weird and quite harsh. It also put in place a universal calendar, marking a symbolic fresh start for mankind, albeit one which put magic users at a crippling disadvantage. And the Founder. Fear and uncertainty reigned in those early years following the sins of Zimisces. Not wanting to further incur the wrath of the heavens, the few who survived the fall took to wandering the land, spurning magic and staying to the shadows, and so they lived for decades. One man, however, grew tired of this life, if it could be called that, and after bidding his companions farewell, climbed a grassy knoll overlooking a forest of beech and alder. Here he gathered a pile of rubble and used it to build a humble shelter in which he spent the night. The next morning, however, instead of abandoning his work, as was his people's wont, he gathered more rocks, adding to the structure until the shelter had become a shack. This he continued for days, weeks, until the shack had become a home. At first, those few wanderers who passed the knoll would shun him, cursing the man under their breath for his hubris. But as his estate grew and one building became 2 and 2, 3, the people began to slow their steps, and it was not long before some took to joining him on that knoll, gathering stones, building new lives, new destinies. This they did without magics or machines, without boon or blessing. They relied on naught but their hands, their backs, their wills, and each other. And slowly, house gave way to village, village to town, and town to nation. The man would one day die, as all men do, but those who remained continued his legacy, expanded upon it, and though his name was eventually forgotten, his spirit lives on to this day in the hearts of all Rosarians. Legend of the Founder, Moss the Chronicler. Ah yeah, you said those were the 2 new things. There are so many new things. Okay, right. Yeah, let's get started with persons, or let's continue with persons of interests. Clive Rosfield, after joining Sid. An Imperial bearer turned deserter, he returns to the ruins of Phoenix Gate where his father and brother died 13 years before, and learns that he is indeed the dominant of Ifrit. Or Ifrit, like they say here, but I'm used to saying Ifrit, so. The one who took his brother's life. Anxious to atone for his crimes and filled with righteous anger after witnessing the massacre at Eastpool, he pledges himself to Sid's cause to free all of Valestia from its bonds. Not only those between bearer and master, but those between man and Mother Crystal. Sidolphus Telemon, a shocking truth. Leader of the Hideaway and dominant of Ramu, Warden of Thunder. In his quest to create a world where bearers and dominants can die on their own terms, he unearthed a shocking truth, that the Mother Crystals were the cause of the all-consuming blight. He makes plans to see the Mothers fall, that Valestia and her people might be saved. Ah, that's what he meant with visiting Mother. He means the Mother Crystal. Okay, understood. Dion Lesage at the Battle of Belinis Tor. Firstborn son and loyal subject of Emperor Sylvester, ruler of the Holy Empire of Sunbreak, as well as leader of the Empire's most elite fighting force, the Dragoons. Dion is also the dominant of Bahamut, Warden of Light, and has oft been called upon to summon his icon in defense of his countrymen. Most recently in the year of the realm 873, when Odin took to the field against them in the Battle of Belinis Tor. Sylvester Lesage, Emperor of the Holy Empire of Sanbreque, who won his throne at least partly by virtue of his son Dion having awakened as the dominant of Bahamut. The High Cardinal, first and foremost of the 5 cardinals who make up the Council of Elders, second only to the Holy Emperor in the imperial government. It is his role to lead the council in governing Sanbreque in the Emperor's stead, and providing the latter does not overrule his decisions, his authority is absolute. Right, lay of the land. The Holy Empire of Sanbreque, faith in the goddess. A nation occupying the northeastern reaches of the continent of Storm, with the great city of Oriflamme as its capital. Sanbreque is the realm's largest theocracy and home to the Mother Crystal Drake's Head. The empire is ruled by the Holy Emperor, the one true goddess made flesh according to the Gregorian faith, who is served unquestioningly by the sworn Knights of the Blessed Dragon, known more commonly as the Dragoons. Oriflamme, the capital of the Holy Empire of Sanbreque, located in northeastern Storm on a peninsula that dominates... Oh god, what's that? Oilefeast? I want to say Oilefeast Bay? I don't know, weird word. And is home to the Mother Crystal known as Drake's Head. All the Empire's major institutions are located here, including White Worm Castle, seat of the Holy Emperor and meeting place of the Cardinals. Yeah, like I said, because of this high wall of ice, it reminds me a lot of Game of Thrones and the ice wall. Yeah. White Worm Castle, the towering citadel from which the Holy Empire of Sanbreque rules over the entirety of his... What is that? Demesne? Oh, I don't know. That looks weird. Right, so, however you pronounce that word, in German it's Domäne. Okay, I understand that. Now let's take a look at, or listen at the pronunciation.
Domain.
What?
Domain.
Domain? How? Where is the S? I know it's silent, it seems like it, but look at the... How? That doesn't make sense. Okay. Domain. I promise you I will not remember that, because it's just so, in my opinion, so illogical. It's so funny. How is this the man? Okay. With the Mother Crystal rising above it and the imperial capital of Oriflamme spread out below, this ivory... Again, I don't know that word. Edifice? I don't know. Alright then, once again, let's take a look at that. In German it's Gebäude, so it's a building in simplest terms. So let's listen to the pronunciation.
Edifice.
Edifice, alright. I can get behind that, that sounds reasonable. Okay. Yeah, never heard of it. It's truly a wonder to behold. Drake's Head. Is this a head? The ice wall? I don't think so. A Mother Crystal situated on the Sea of Grace in northern Sanbreque. Drake's Head towers over the holy capital of Oriflamme, its mighty form a testament to the power and permanence of the Empire. However, mysterious ether floods and the specter of the ever-encroaching blight have led some in power to call that permanence into question. Alright, so maybe it is the whole icy part. At least the shiny one on the left side, maybe? I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, there's still so much more, guys. The Council of Elders, advisors to the Holy Empire of Sanbreque and the highest body of government in the Empire. The council consists of 5 cardinals of the Gregorian Church who are intended to rule in the Emperor's stead. The Emperor, meanwhile, is expected to serve as a constitutional monarch, but there is little to prevent one who wishes to impose their will upon the council from playing a more autocratic role. The 5 cardinals, the senior statesmen that make up the highest office of government in Sanbreque, after the Emperor himself, the Council of Elders. The council is comprised of the High Cardinal, representative of central Sanbreque and the holy capital Oriflamme, and the 4 cardinals who administer the outer provinces, the northern, southern, eastern, and western seas. The Breadbasket, a region overlooking the Strait of Arthur in the eastern part of Sanbreque. The bounty provided by its rich soil fed the empire for generations, until the ever-encroaching blight intervened, displacing thousands in the process, a disturbance which played no small part in the troubles that were later to engulf the imperial capital. The Crystalline Dominion, a tiny independent state straddling the continents of Storm and Ash. Its capital, Twinside, is built on the tiny isles of Ark, from which its mother crystal Drake's tail rises. The lack of a dominant has seen the Dominion become the subject of constant maneuvering over the years. both political and military, and it was only through the recent convening of a Council of all nations that a non-aggression treaty towards the neutral body was forged, and a tenuous stability among centuries-old rivals achieved. Alright, wait, this one was... There's a lack of a dominant for this one. Maybe this is Ifrit? Or maybe this is for Ifrit? The Strait of Arthur. The narrow channel to the north of the crystalline dominion that separates the continents of Storm and Ash. With Sunbreak to the west, Velut to the east, and the Dominion to the south, its shores are never short of soldiers or political tension. And the last fact for lay of the land, the Gregorian Church. The state religion of the Holy Empire of Sunbreak, whose followers worship the goddess Griga as the one true deity. At the church's head stands the Holy Emperor, voted into office by his fellow cardinals and supposedly their equal, though this is widely recognized to be a convenient fiction. The followers of Griga worship dragons as sacred servants of their goddess, and since the founding days of the empire have both doted and depended upon them. And lastly, mysteries of the realm. The Mother Crystals. Their tax on the land. Though the people of Valistia rely on the crystal mined from these mountains in their everyday lives and flock to the ether-rich lands around them in pursuit of their blessing, Sid posits that it is, in fact, the Mother Crystals and their ability to draw ether from the earth that is the reason for the Deadlands' advance. The few who learn the truth are hunted down by those in positions of power, those whose power rests on their control of this crucial resource. Alrighty then. Moogle is gone, Nectar. I haven't seen him in a while. Alright, let's take a look at what you have. Flame Tongue! That's the new one. 180. We're gonna create this right away. Yeah, I think the rest is not really necessary. Yeah, there's nothing else we could upgrade so far. This is the only one. Okay, let's get that.
Not bad, if I do say so myself.
Sure, equip right away. Oh, Toggle. Cute.
So what God's forsaken corner of the realm is Sid dragging you off to this time?
Oriflamme.
The Holy Capital. And what business would you lot having? On second thoughts, I don't want to know.
Yeah. Right, the Breath of Fire reduces heatwave cooldown time by 2.7 seconds. Lionheart Tonic, that's new. Gradually fills limit break gauge for 30 seconds. Oh, this could be quite useful, especially for bosses also. But I'm not gonna buy it yet. Now maybe I find some on the way.
Speaking of Oriflamme, I hear the trading routes leading south have seen more than double the usual traffic. If you ask me, somewhat foul's brewing. And a tint tires borbile tea. Oh, just go and see Otto, will you?
All right.
Yeah, in just a bit. Right, so there is no better gear so far. Let's take a look at the Orit Stone. I might just switch the weapons appearance. That's the new one. Flame Tongue. Sure. Switched over to that one. With a tongue of flame spake he the words of destruction. Iconomagy or something? Book of Bryn, 1710. Aha. Good. Very nice. We need to speak with Otto. We're gonna do this later. Yeah, we're just gonna start with the side missions and then we're gonna speak to Otto afterwards. So let's go up here. Red Letter Day.